Hey guys, it's Max.
I'm Ben.
And Vadim.
And we want to find out if the new iPhone is actually better than its Android competitors.
So Max went out and took a bunch of photos with 3 of those phones, doing a blind test, seeing which one is the winner.
So this is the first photo. It is a zoom shot.
What happened there? That is crazy.
Honestly, I'm looking at this, I'm really liking the one in the center. I mean, the detail, I like the colors, everything all around.
I agree. Yeah, that center one definitely looks much nicer.
Yeah, there is one that has a higher resolution zoom, and you guys chose the Pixel.
No way.
That's the Pixel
Now,
9.
this is actually a 10x shot, and the Pixel's the only one that has a higher res.
And by the way, grab a piece of paper and just follow along with us and see what scores you get.
Here's our next shot. Take a close look.
I immediately do not like the one on the left.
I agree.
Her face is like blurred out completely. What the heck happened there?
Yeah, I think there's too much saturation, honestly. It's a lot of color going on. I kind of like the one in the center the most. I feel like the one on the right is kind of too dull and kind of gray.
Do you guys see any difference in detail?
Yeah, the one on the right has a lot of noise compared to the center, but the left one just, I don't know. I can't tell why I don't like it.
So you guys voted for the center, and that is the 16 Pro
Oh
Max,
my
which has a
goodness.
48 megapixel compared to 50 and
Pretty sharp.
200 for the Samsung.
Wow.
So these were all in their high res modes, and it looks like 200 megapixel doesn't matter.
Wow. But first, today's sponsor, DreamSmart Group, is launching several new AI products in China today, including AI smartphones, gaming, cars, and AR smart glasses, which will completely redefine your AI experience. And today, DreamSmart is shining bright in Las Vegas. This is Lucky Star, which is DreamSmart Group's mascot, and the name Star also represents one of their key product lines. Next to Lucky Star is Flyme AIOS, DreamSmart's operating system showcasing its core AI strength by making products smarter and connecting devices easily, allowing you to switch between a smartphone, XR device, and smart car effortlessly. Now, the main character of DreamSmart is on the sphere with AR glasses from the Star V series. A key feature is that translations appear in real time on the glasses, and they can also power smart navigation, movies, and gaming. The new AI smartphone named Lucky is inspired by stars and named after DreamSmart Group's first satellite, Lucky Star. And with its practical AI features, the Lucky 08 smartphone is a great daily companion. Playing games in cars is beyond imagination. The gaming car on the sphere is called Starbuff. It has the world's first high-energy gaming cockpit, letting you play AAA titles and PC games without external devices, as well as getting work done. Innovation begins with wild imaginations. From glasses to smartphones to cars, these unrelated products connect through DreamSmart's Flyme AIOS technology, making tech fun and engaging for everyone. And best of all, these exciting tech products will be available in China, Eastern Europe, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Latin America.
Here is the next shot. It's a portrait.
I definitely love the one on the left. It's got the most blur, honestly.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with the one on the right. I feel like the blur is subtle, and I really like the colors of the clothes and everything. The one in the middle is a little bit too cool.
And no love for the Samsung once again.
iPhone again.
And here is another portrait, but this one has some AI works because AI is so popular.
Interesting. This is a tough one.
Is the AI your smile?
Nope, there's no AI on my face. This is using some new tools that each phone has.
I mean, I like the one in the center. I like the contrast of the clothes, and the face has a better highlight roll off. The one on the right, like your face is all flat, like the highlights are all gone. Definitely like the center the best.
I also like the center, just her face, and the faces look really toned instead of the super red here and kind of like too white over here. So it's like a good balance of everything. So I'd go with the center.
And you guys chose the iPhone.
My goodness.
Wow.
Now, all of these did a good job with their eraser tools with the background. I'll say the
Nice.
Pixel just required doing it multiple times, and so it did look a little different, but that's cool to have that. Here is a selfie with the sun.
All right. Right away, I don't like the one on the right. It has like way too much red all up in there. Like all the highlight roll off is all messed up. I like the center. I think that's the winner for me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. The center just looks better overall.
And the
Pixel.
Pixel looks so good and natural.
Dang.
And here's another zoom shot.
Honestly, they all look kind of terrible, but if I would go with one, it would be the one on the left.
I actually agree. The one in the center is by far the worst. Has a lot of noise. The shirt is all gray. the left one has the most detail too.
Pixel wins again,
Pixel,
and it
nice.
actually has, I believe, a 48 megapixel or a 50 for the zoom. The iPhone is sad. The last detail test. I really had to test out some of these new cameras.
Is this the ultra wide?
I don't know.
It looks like that warp right there on the left.
Nice.
Probably the center, just because it has the most color. That one's blown out. It looks bad.
Yeah, the one on the right is just potato cam. The one on the left has a little bit of issues with detail. I really like look at her hair. Every little strand and all the detail here just kills it in the center.
All right, you guys voted for the iPhone.
whoa!
Right. That is a crazy zoom in.
No way.
It looks like
That
the
is
new
awesome.
48 megapixel ultra wide is doing a great
Impressive.
job. Now here we have a portrait shot. This is at 2x.
All right, I gotta say it, guys. The one on the left, I can't stand it. It's just like a wall of blur behind Elon here.
That looks like the first portrait shots that came out years ago.
That's so bad. I really like the center though because it's very balanced. I'm kind of having issues with the right one with too much contrast and the kind of darks being crushed a bit.
Yeah, I would have to agree with the center on that one.
I agree too. It looks more like a DSLR S24
Finally,
Ultra.
Samsung catch up.
Here's another portrait shot. Very tough lighting in a spot where I couldn't move.
So first off, this one has the least amount of blur, even on the floor right there. So it's taking away from the subject here. The one in the center looks pretty nice, and it actually has the least amount of, what do you call this? Like ghosting in the back?
Mess
Where
ups on the blur.
Yeah, where the portrait is trying to work right there. So definitely center for me on that one.
Yeah, for me, I can't stand all the glare or flaring from the sun. It kind of gets rid of all the detail. And I really like this photo, but my issue is there's just too much blur directly behind her.
Yeah.
And I just don't like how it brought up the jeans a little bit too much. I think the center is by far the best one too.
Yeah.
And you guys
16
voted for the
Pro Max.
iPhone, and unfortunately, the Pixel still doesn't let you do a 1x portrait. All the rest I matched up, but in this case, you can't move back. Here's one more portrait shot.
Not the center. It totally messed up where his face is. So definitely not that.
I mean, this is an impossible scenario, but if I were to have one of these in my camera roll, I'd probably choose this one. I kind of like the better contrast overall.
I would actually go with the one on the right.
Ooh, we
it kind of
disagree.
has less of mess ups right there where the gears are, and you have too much foreground here, where it's kind of blurred out here.
All right.
S24.
The Pixel has mess ups again, which
Yeah,
is so
right there. It's
weird.
bad.
Okay, here's an image with our zoom lens.
Wow,
Was this supposed to be a portrait also?
It's supposed to be.
I'm impressed.
This is
Whoa.
the group of portraits here.
This is clearly not working because all these other images have that blurred out completely, like perfectly. This one's out of the picture for sure. I definitely would probably choose the one in the center here.
Yeah, for me, the one on the left is just too noisy, like it's like blotchy in her face. The one on the right, I don't like how it's too cool. It's lacking contrast. The center just nails everything about it, and the skin tones, everything.
Center is the
S24.
S24, and I'll say I was not
we go.
expecting this. Looks like the Pixel just crops in from its 1x for these zoom portraits, and I had no idea.
it's bad.
We have a nice selfie with the sunset.
I definitely like the one in the center. I like warmer tones, but sometimes they do go too far. But in this case, out of these three pictures, I would definitely go with the one in the center.
For me, the one on the left is like over sharpened, over HDR'd. I'm really not digging it. I actually don't really like the center because I don't like how flat the roll-off is on the faces. I don't like that. I'd say just because of those issues, I'd choose the one on the right.
All right, here are the results.
I'm an S24 Ultra fan, I guess.
Yeah. And we have a macro shot because all of these could do macro photos.
Okay.
Definitely the one in the center. It's just the perfect combination of these two.
Yeah, this one looks like it just almost like out of focus, failed right there. And between these two, you got a lot of details and sharpness and all these little plant veins or whatever. And the colors, beautiful.
So which one's the worst?
This one's
Left?
I'd
garbage.
say the left one.
All right,
Oh,
S24
no!
one. The iPhones did the worst. And I actually did like 3 different macro
man, that's
shots. The results were all the same. I think the new 48 megapixel has a slow readout. It's not looking great.
Is it that bad? It looks like it's out of focus.
It's
almost.
not. I took
It's
a lot
not?
of-
Oh, jeez.
Here we have another sunset shot portrait with the distant background.
Immediately, the one on the right, it pops for sure. Her face is not dark like the one here in the center, even though it kind of blurred out her feet, which is funny, but I'd still go with that one.
To me, I would actually go with the center because of those vibes with the glow. I see more detail, a lot more detail in the dress and jacket. Definitely the most detailed. The one on the left is just way too flat. Center for me.
All right, if you guys disagree, comment down below, because sometimes I'm like, I would be choosing the other
It's a
one
tough
here.
one.
All right, here are the results. No love for the Samsung on this one. And this is the toughest portrait scenario, man. Like, I don't know how these phones are even doing this.
Yeah, I definitely don't like the one here. It's probably the Pixel or the iPhone. So I'd go with the one on the right here. And you can see that it actually messed up right there the most. So I'd go with the one on the right.
Yeah, I was actually gonna go with the center until I saw a couple of these areas that got really messed up.
Yeah.
The one on the left is just too kind of flat in terms of color. It's all the same, doesn't really stand out. I like how it brought it up and it nailed the blur.
I actually don't even know which one is which, so let's find out.
Ooh.
iPhone. I like that this
Wow.
one popped. Your subject's popping out the background. Low light situation, portrait mode, foreground, background.
I know what I like.
Is it the center?
No.
No? Oh no.
I'm actually going with the one on the right because rocks are not blue. So this is accurate in terms of the rocks. Look how blue these rocks are. But like also just look at the white balance of the dress here, the detail and all of that, and this face, everything is
Yeah, this looks like
perfect.
a DSLR
So good.
shot.
I was gonna go with the one on the left because it blocked off that treat, but
I
here
convinced
you
you.
can, you convinced me. I'll go with the one on the right too.
And that is
iPhone.
the iPhone. I love it when I can't remember which one is which. It makes it fun for me. And we're getting into the darker shots now. These were like 3-second exposures.
I mean, we're focusing on the subject, and you can definitely see Noah right there clearly. Not as good as right here on the left and on the right. I'd go with the one here in the center.
I think so too. I was gonna go with the right one, but it's just way too dark and dim, and the detail on his shirt, you can see every little fiber.
And that
Wow.
is the
Jeez,
iPhone,
again. Wow.
surprisingly. Okay, we got a food shot here.
Ooh, what is going on here?
Okay, if we're eating this, I'd probably eat the one right here on the right. Even though it didn't blur out, I like to take my photos
And
with
this is not
blur.
a portrait mode.
Yeah, I like to take it like at a specific angle where it blurs it out.
Yeah.
But it just
This one does not make you want to eat it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's so bland. Yeah, and I don't like how like this is out of focus too, the sandwich and stuff, and it almost looks like a really non-attractive
good-
color.
All right, so we agreed the
It's
one
the right.
on the right.
For sure. Ooh,
Samsung.
24.
It makes me want to eat it again. That was yummy. This is an ultra low light shot
looks like
with
it.
mixed lighting.
I will go with the one on the right just because I can actually see her face clearly.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's the darkest, I actually agree because the detail is all there. I don't like the like watercolor gloss, like painted
Too much
effect.
denoising.
Yeah, on both of these, it's like watercolor.
Pixel.
Pixel 9.
Nice.
More natural. And here we have a night shot.
I know what I like.
I know what I don't like.
Which one do you not like?
I don't like the center.
Just look at all that
but
crap right there.
yeah,
So only one of these phones has a 3x lens, and this
Oh.
is 3x.
I'll just go with the one on the right just because.
Yeah, for me, there's way too much of this gray noise. The left one, it's all just like yellow with a bunch of this weird noise as well. I'd say the one on the right is the cleanest and it nailed the white balance the best.
And that is the
S24.
Samsung. So I guess there is a
Yeah.
reason they're still including that
Yeah,
3x in there.
works.
Here's a shot of my fountain.
Okay, okay. First off, the one on the left, I don't like how all of it's the same color, so nothing stands out. And between the center and the right, I feel like the center has much more detail and all this texture, especially the rock right here. Very nice and detailed, so center for me.
Yeah, and what happened here, there's like some blue line, some kind of weird artifact
Bad
right
noise
there.
there, yeah.
I would just go with the one in the center.
That is the
iPhone
iPhone.
16
I will
Pro
say
Max.
I was disappointed in all of them because my fountain tonight looks way better than this the
absolutely.
art stuff. And we got a selfie in low light.
The one on the left, obviously.
Wow, how is it
That
that,
is
much
nuts.
better? It destroyed the other two. Like it's night and day.
Yeah,
Holy moly, that's
that's
crazy.
crazy. And that is the Pixel.
9.
Sheesh, that's good.
Yeah, We got an ultra wide.
None of these.
Why are they
Honestly,
so
none
bad?
of these.
All of
This
them
is
are bad.
this is actually pitch black outside,
Jeez.
and they all took a while to take the picture.
Was this
we-
handheld?
Do we have
Yeah,
to choose?
handheld.
I'll just go with the left because it's night and it's actually dark.
Man,
That is
I was
too
gonna
much
go with the
noise.
center because you can
Too
see
much
more
noise.
stuff, but like, what is this going on? It's trash. It has to be the left.
iPhone. A lot less noise. It made it darker, so it didn't bring out all these artifacts.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to test the new ultra wide. We have a portrait with the street lighting.
Ooh.
I definitely like the one on the left. Like it actually kept the blur in the background perfect. It almost looks like the center had a failed portrait attempt. It blocked off everybody and then it saw a person in the background and it's like, nope, I'm not gonna blur him. So yeah, I'll definitely choose the one on the right here.
Yep, I'm also choosing the one on the right. The center one doesn't look that great. The one on the left, I don't like how everything is all warm. Your family doesn't stand out. The one on the right, I like the white balance and how all the colors stand out, and there's a gradual blur, especially you can see in the lights, that looks really natural.
iPhone 16.
iPhone.
It is good at that gradual blur. I didn't
Very
even think
good,
about
yeah.
that before you said it. And here we have this cool clock. This is with the 5x lenses. At 5x.
I definitely like the one in the center. It is actually the most detailed if you look at it. It's got the most sharpness. Actually, that one does too. Nope, never mind. There is that stupid blur thing. I'm doing the one on the right.
Of course, the one on the left is just way too flat with all this noise.
Looks
They
bad.
brought up the sky, looks terrible. And it's a really tough call between the center and the right, but I'm personally gonna go with the center just because it's a little bit brought up nicely and everything's nice and sharp and crisp and it stands out.
What do you think about this right here?
I'm gonna ignore it.
You're gonna ignore
Yeah,
it?
I think the benefits of everything else kind of outweigh that little spot.
Hey, you can use the eraser tool now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Erase it out.
And no love for the iPhone because it looks like garbage.
Yeah, it looks bad.
What's wrong with that lens? It's only been out for a year so far, that 5X.
Trying to like bring up the sky.
All right, this is an ultra wide here with mixed lighting.
Whoa. I like the center. The one on the left, everything is just really gray and flat. The one on the right is way too dark. And the one in the center also did a great job with the HDR on the inside. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go with the one on the right. Even though it's darker, you can still bring that up, and the dynamic range on that looks a little nicer.
All right, there are the
Man,
results.
I think you got to get a Pixel 9, man.
Nope.
Here we have, I believe this is a 2X shot, no portrait, nothing, just lots of lights.
If it's a 2X, it did a great job in the background blur, even right there.
Oh, without portrait mode?
Yes, I like the one on the left here. It looks great.
I'm actually going to go with the one on the right. I feel like it's a well-balanced overall photo, and I like how like the background lights aren't as blown out and just kind of middle ground.
Yeah, you guys disagree a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of these.
I bet that's the
Pixel! Here's a portrait shot.
Ooh.
not the one on the right. It failed again right there.
Oh, good point.
Man, one of these loves to fail.
But that one is overexposed in the background. This one's just
Yeah.
right. Even though his face is kind of blurry, I would still just choose the one in the center.
Yeah, me too. I like the one in the center. I don't like how this is all blurred out here, and then right here it's not. It's such a fail.
iPhone. So the Pixel really struggles with the wider portraits, I noticed. All right, this is a standard shot with really tough lighting.
Gelato. All right, for me, I don't like how all of this is way too warm, and so like nothing pops. And I do like the center the best because if you take a close look at their faces and their hair, it's the least kind of blown out, and there's like nice highlight roll off and skin tones.
But the one on the right does have more detail in his jacket. But I'd have to go with the one on the center.
Yeah, you guys agreed. We
agreed. S24.
Sheesh, so random.
And this is our last shot. This is on a tripod with the longest exposure each phone could do.
It's this one for me, and I know what that is.
Really?
It's the Pixel, because it's the longest exposure, isn't it?
I don't know about that.
No,
It is-
it's gotta
Pixel
be
is the
Pixel,
longest exposure.
'cause I could see all the stars.
I'm gonna go with the one on the left. Yeah.
That's good.
What is it?
Oh! I was shocked taking
you mess
this
up the
picture.
text?
No, I double checked.
No
I actually
way.
took the Pixel shot multiple times,
Why is
and
it
it
so
kept
bad?
giving me. Technically, you have a lot more stars here. They're just smaller, and everything's. It decided to make everything dark.
So dark.
So the Pixel was the longest exposure.
Huh.
The iPhone has a 30-second maximum, but surprisingly, for once,
That's impressive.
it is. I don't know if it's a new sensor that's doing it, but
Wow.
That was impressive.
That's good.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Wow.
All right, guys, that is the last photo. So right now, if you voted along, tally up your votes, or if you didn't, you just followed along, comment down below what surprised you the most, and did you expect these results? Maybe there's another phone that suits you better, like potentially
Nope,
Ben
not
over here that might be
not
switching from his
switching.
iPhone. All right, Lydian, let's start with you.
Oh, this was a huge win for the iPhone. 18 points for the iPhone. 6 for the S24 Ultra and 6 for the Pixel.
That is crazy. I did get the winner for the iPhone 16 Pro with 12 points. Then I got 10 points for the S24 and 8 points for the Pixel.
Oh, I thought maybe it's towards the end you got a lot more pixels.
Yeah.
that
Absolutely,
night.
yeah. That is crazy.
So I will say all of these phones do a great job. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. My favorite one actually throughout this whole thing was the Samsung. Overall, it has some weaknesses, but as far as well-rounded, that was my choice, just to add that in. So thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and click that circle above to subscribe. Check out one of those videos right over there, and we'll see you in the next one.